How you doing today, class? My name is Wayne Brinkley. For my interview, I'll be interviewing Stanley Brisbane, my stepfather. He's the most successful person I know in the music industry. He has performed with many big acts: John Legend, Isley Brothers, Prince, um, Morris Day and the Time, Minnie Riperton, many old school acts. And even though I'm in the field for writing, music is my number one passion, and he's who I chose to interview. So even though won't have a chance to actually bring him on to the interview, um, I do have the answers for the questions we were assigned to ask him. And the first one is, what do you see the role of what do you see as the role of visual arts in society today, particularly in your profession? His answer, just you know, in brief words, music thrives on visual arts, from music videos to live performances. In today's music, you can no longer succeed with just your sound. You have to display a stunning work of art in each and every night. So you, in turn, have to master more than just music. You have to understand how to create a living piece of work that can captivate audiences. Okay, number two. New communications and media technologies make imagery almost instantly available. Do you believe this is having a positive or negative influence on your field and industry? Provide example. His reply, it really helps. Today's technology gives us the capability to be in more than one place at a time. For his example, he discussed a busy week in which I believe he had to perform in Atlantic City on Friday night, and then had a show in Maryland on Saturday, like Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning. And he basically explained to me how he used, FaceTime to be able to help the men who were setting up the Maryland stage set it up, for his band, all the while being in Atlantic City, about to go on to a show. So, I mean, he really appreciates how today's technology, and how, you know, technology plays a big role in his music, in the music field today. And, he really thinks it's having a positive influence. What popular what popular images do you see that are frequently repeated throughout your industry? He went into detail about how in today's, music genre, a lot of artists are using old religious paintings and old religious, symbolism and things of that nature in their visual arts today. And of course, he went into Kanye to talk about Kanye West and everything he's done with his visuals and how many artists have actually imitated that style. And to really cut it short, he went into detail about his from his generation of music. They really relied on just their music, and in today's industry, it's more about the art of the work. And in today's, a lot of today's popular artists use a lot of religious symbolism in their music. Who is your favorite visual artist? And or what is your favorite style of visual art? Well, of course, his style of visual art um, came into play as his performances and the act of performing music. And when I asked him, who was his favorite, since performing is his style of art, um, who was his favorite performer? He definitely brought into play Michael Jackson, and stated how Michael Jackson put on a show night in and night out, and that was something that he never seen happen before, and he doubts will ever happen again. The way that Michael Jackson could put together so many captivating shows and have so much energy night in and night out, and he really believes that's art in itself. Okay, the final question: how's your knowledge of famous artwork influence your creative process? Mr. Brisbane brought to my attention that in today's performances, you have to be caught up with today's trends. And being as though now artists like to make a living artwork out of their performances, whereas though you have a lot of artists that really like to take famous artworks and incorporate it into their performances. You have to know what these works are coming into the performance, because you have to almost put on another character to perform. So he definitely said, keeping up with today's performances requires keeping up with, art in general. So it has been a great influence to his work.